Taiwan is more than just an island. It's a linchpin in the Western Pacific. Its location sits astride East Asia's busiest sea lanes, through which much of the world's trade and energy flow. Control over Taiwan means influence over these vital economic lifelines, a fact not lost on the region's great powers. Strategists have long called Taiwan an unsinkable aircraft carrier, a description that remains relevant today. From here, military power can be projected deep into Asia and the surrounding seas. Taiwan anchors the first island chain, a natural barrier that hems in China's naval ambitions. For Beijing, Taiwan is the ultimate prize, both a symbol and a strategic asset. Taking Taiwan would give China's navy direct access to the Pacific, fundamentally shifting Asia's balance of power. The fate of Taiwan is tied to the stability of the entire Indo-Pacific. Any conflict here would quickly draw in regional and global powers, risking a much larger war. Taiwan's defense is not just a local issue, it's a question for Japan, the Philippines, South Korea, and the United States. East Asia's security is built on a web of US-centered alliances known as the hub-and-spoke system. Unlike NATO, these are bilateral pacts. The US has separate defense treaties with Japan, South Korea, and the Philippines. Japan's alliance is the cornerstone, allowing tens of thousands of US troops to be stationed close to Taiwan. These bases, especially in Okinawa, are critical in any Taiwan conflict. Japan has taken a more active defense role, stretching its pacifist constitution. In South Korea, nearly 30,000 US troops deter the North, but Seoul is cautious about involvement beyond the peninsula. The Philippines, a former US colony, has renewed its alliance amid tensions with China, granting US forces access to key bases near Taiwan. The Bashi Channel between the Philippines and Taiwan is a vital passage for Chinese submarines. Expanded US access to Philippine bases makes Manila a crucial player in any Taiwan scenario. These alliances form the backbone of regional deterrence. Together, they create a strategic web that complicates any Chinese move on Taiwan. The Philippines' main value in a Taiwan conflict is its geography. Its northern islands are less than 200 kilometers from Taiwan. Control of the Luzon Strait, especially the Bashi Channel, is crucial for both Chinese and Allied naval movements. Under President Marcos Jr., the Philippines has pivoted back toward the US, expanding the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement. US forces now have access to bases in northern provinces, ideal for supporting Taiwan-related operations. The Philippine military is modest and focused on internal security, so its main contribution would be access, intelligence, and logistics. Its territory could serve as a forward base for US and Allied forces. However, domestic politics are a major factor. Many Filipinos fear becoming a target if their bases are used against China. Any decision to support Taiwan would be politically risky for Manila. The Philippines must balance alliance commitments with its own security. Its role is less about direct combat and more about enabling Allied operations. Geography, not firepower, is its greatest asset. South Korea fields a powerful modern military, but its focus is almost entirely on deterring North Korea. Nearly 30,000 US troops are stationed there, primarily to defend the peninsula. This creates a dilemma. Would Seoul allow US forces to join a Taiwan conflict, risking retaliation from China or North Korea? China is South Korea's largest trading partner, giving Beijing significant leverage. Economic dependency forces Seoul to balance its US alliance with its ties to China. As a result, South Korea's stance on Taiwan is cautious and ambiguous. The Yoon administration has taken a more assertive approach, increasing joint exercises and emphasizing the US alliance. Direct military intervention in Taiwan is unlikely, but South Korea could provide logistical support and help secure sea lanes. Its main role would be to ensure stability on the peninsula, preventing North Korea from exploiting a crisis. South Korea's contribution is indirect but vital. Its choices are shaped by geography, economics, and the ever-present threat from the north. The peninsula's dilemma is a constant factor in regional security. Seoul's balancing act will shape its response to any Taiwan crisis. Japan's post-war pacifism is being redefined by the rise of China and the threat to Taiwan. Its southern islands, like Okinawa and Yonaguni, are just a short distance from Taiwan, making any conflict a direct threat to Japan. Japanese leaders now see Taiwan's security as vital to their own. Japan is doubling its defense spending and acquiring long-range strike capabilities, a major shift from its defensive posture. It's deploying new missile units to its southwestern islands, creating a formidable barrier against naval incursions. The US-Japan alliance remains central, with forward-deployed US forces in Okinawa ready to respond to a Taiwan crisis. Japan's self-defense forces would likely provide logistics, intelligence, and missile defense, securing sea and airspace around Japan. This would free up US assets to focus on Taiwan's defense. Japan's transformation is the most significant geopolitical shift in East Asia in years. Its awakening adds a powerful deterrent to the region. Japan's role is now critical in any Taiwan scenario. The pacifist power is preparing for a new era. The first island chain, stretching from Japan through Taiwan to the Philippines, is central to East Asian strategy. For China, it's a barrier. For the US and allies, it's a fortress. Key choke points like the Miyako Strait and Bashi Channel control access between China and the Pacific. Japan, Taiwan, and the Philippines are the gatekeepers. If China controlled Taiwan, the first island chain would be breached, giving the PLA Navy access to deep Pacific waters. This would threaten sea lanes to Japan and South Korea, and put US bases like Guam at risk. Defending Taiwan is synonymous with defending the first island chain. The Philippines controls the southern gateway, Japan, the northern. Taiwan is the central bastion. A coordinated defense could turn the chain into an almost impassable barrier for China. Deterring a Taiwan invasion isn't about one country, it's about combined deterrence. Japan, the Philippines, and South Korea, backed by the US, create a web of risks for Beijing. Japan's proximity and military strength make it the frontline state, providing support, intelligence, and missile defense. Its bases, especially in Okinawa, are essential for any US response. The Philippines offers strategic depth, allowing US access to bases that threaten China's southern flank. This forces China to spread its forces, complicating its plans. Even without direct combat, the Philippines' cooperation is a powerful deterrent. South Korea's main role is to hold the line against North Korea, freeing US resources for Taiwan. If Seoul can prevent a second front, it adds immense value. This division of labor makes the combined deterrence effective. Together, they present a multi-front challenge to any aggressor. Despite stronger alliances, there are real limits to what Japan, South Korea, and the Philippines can do in a Taiwan crisis. None has a formal defense treaty with Taiwan. Their actions depend on US ties and national interests. For South Korea, the North Korean threat makes direct involvement unlikely. Its support would be mostly logistical. Economic ties to China further constrain Seoul's options. The Philippines military is still modernizing and using its territory for offensive operations, risks making it a target. Domestic politics could shift Manila's stance at any time. Even Japan, despite its new posture, faces legal and public constraints on direct combat. Most likely, Japan would support US forces and defend its own territory, but avoid direct attacks on China. The trio can raise the cost of invasion, but stopping it outright without massive US intervention is unlikely. Their commitment is real, but not absolute. The US remains the ultimate guarantor. The combined posture of Japan, South Korea, and the Philippines under the US umbrella forms a formidable deterrent to a Chinese move on Taiwan. Japan's military awakening and the Philippines' strategic cooperation have changed the regional calculus. China now faces the risk of a wider war, not a quick victory. But this deterrence is fragile, dependent on political will and unity among the allies. South Korea's focus on the north, Philippine politics, and Japan's legal limits are all potential weak points. China will try to exploit these divisions. The US commitment is the glue holding this framework together. If Washington wavers, the deterrence could collapse. The trio can't stop an invasion alone, but they can make it costly and unpredictable. Their role is to buy time and raise the price of aggression, preserving peace for another day.